Thank you, Wakayama-san, and to all the rest of you, very welcome to this afternoon symposium on electricity grids. Electricity grids are very valuable. They make it possible to connect a large number of electricity production units with a large number of customers. Having only one power plant to serve your needs will be very difficult and very expensive, as no power plant delivers all the time. It is by connecting many power plants you can get a stable supply of electricity. Similarly, each of us as households or industries consuming electricity is very difficult to serve if we were the only customer, because our demand varies. It is by connecting many customers that electricity providing companies have the opportunity to produce at reasonably stable power output and reduce their costs. The larger the grids, the more stable it gets and the more economically efficient it can be. The mechanism making it more economically efficient is that the larger the grid, the more power plants are connected to it, the better the chance of finding a low-cost electricity generator that can keep the grid stable, that can balance increased demand. And the lower the cost of the total electricity supply, and therefore also the lower the cost of electricity consumers. So it is clearly in the interest of electricity consumers to have a wide, large electricity grid where many potential producers of electricity compete in being able to supply the lowest cost electricity. For any producer who is efficient, competent enough to be able to supply low-cost electricity, a large grid also gives the opportunity to supply a lot of electricity and to expand activities. This is the idea that has been applied in many countries in the world now, increasing the size of electricity grid, opening up for competition, separating the control of the grid from the supply of electricity, and achieving lower cost of electricity, and also, in many cases now, allowing for new low-cost renewable electricity to expand in the supply of energy to countries. In most countries in the world, there has been resistance. If you're a power company director and you know that you're not very competent and that your company is not the most efficient, you don't like competition because others will outcompete you. So if you know that you're not a competent leader of a power company, you must be against extension of the grid and competition. But among those who are competent, who have had the self-confidence, they have managed to form the political majority in now most countries in the world, and electricity market reforms and grid expansion has taken place. During this afternoon, we will learn from one European experienced manager in the electricity grid area about the European experience from integration of European countries and opening up for competition in the electricity sector, which has resulted in lower electricity prices, and I can tell you from my own experience in Vattenfall, great challenges for incumbent power companies, but also an opportunity to provide low-cost electricity to consumers. We will also hear about the potential for extending the grid and utilizing the grid more intensively in Japan and in Asia at large. And I hope this will be an inspiration for a development that will benefit Japan by providing lower cost electricity, and also more reliance on domestic renewable electricity and less dependent on imports. Connecting to other electricity grids in the region will not increase dependence on import, but open opportunities for cooperation, for mutual benefit, helping each other to balance each other's electricity supply and demand, utilizing low-cost resources when available. And this exchange becomes even more valuable when the penetration of low-cost solar and wind increases. So again, very welcome to this afternoon. I hope you will all find it a source of information, knowledge, and inspiration. Thank you.